Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bookish Artist Mandy here, and I am coming to you today with a sketchbook tour. Okay, so it has been seriously so long since I have done a sketchbook tour, and I meant to do this in like the beginning of January, but life got crazy hectic and I just haven't gotten to it until now, and so I'm finally doing it. And I am very excited about this one. This is just a little Art Creations Royal Talons sketchbook. These ones are like a 4x5. So they're, I think, are they 4x5 or they're like 2x3? I don't know. They're just small ones. They're like the A6 size. So they're really small, handheld. I mean, like tiny compared to like an A5. So you don't get much on the page, and there are things that can be a little bit more difficult with this size, and I definitely prefer an A5. However, I did like this because I could throw it anywhere. Like I can literally just throw it. Well, not, yeah, I can literally just throw it, but I can put it anywhere and I can take it with me. And what I did with this one is I decided that I was not doing my art enough. So I've been teaching. So, and that has kind of changed just the trajectory of my life, because teaching is a lot of work, which is fine. I love being a teacher. Don't get me wrong. And because of where I'm at in my teaching career, I do long-term substitute positions. So then I will have spurts where I have a job, and I have spurts where I just take day jobs. And so I do enjoy my day subbing, because then it's not as much on me, but it has just been so wonderful, because I do love my job. So this is that, like, these are like the pluses and minuses and advantages of having a full-time job versus being self-employed versus all of these things, because I've done it all. Like, so I've done the whole self-employed thing where I was my own boss. I've worked for other companies, and now I'm a teacher. And who knows if I continue that forever, but I do really love it. So that's a little bit of this. So this has become more like my passion project, I guess, say you will, or just my hobby or whatever for downtime. I do eventually want to take time to actually write my children's book, but at the same time, like, I have so much going on in my life that I'm okay if I never do. But I don't ever want to not have art in my life. I went to school at the beginning when I was 18. I went to school to be an artist, or like to be an animator, and then I kind of changed trajectories and didn't draw for like 8 or 9 years. And I just started picking it back up in, was it 2021? Or 2020, one of the two. But one of the things that really changed my life was the concept of sketching nearly every day and drawing every day. And I kind of did that. So I did that for 3 years. I drew every single day. But then this fall, I kind of started giving myself grace, because I was really burnt out. I wasn't like creative. I was feeling so just bogged down, and I've been really trying to like look in on myself and see, like, what is it that was bogging you down? Why couldn't you finish a sketchbook? One of the things was that I have an Archer and Olive sketchbook that I absolutely love, and then I couldn't get another one, and it was an A5 Archer and Olive. The paper was just lovely. And so I kind of went through this like phase where I was like, I just don't like any other sketchbook. And I was working in another Talents, an A5 Talents, and it is almost done. So I have been finishing or I've been close to finishing. Anywho, that is long story to explain. I wanted to get back into the habit, so I decided to challenge myself to do this in this whole 80-page sketchbook in a month. And I did it. So I did this in the month of December. So I started off December 2024 sketchbook challenge. And I just kind of, the way that I have done with this, and I'll stop if I feel like I need to stop and explain things or just be like, yeah, I really liked this, I will. But I do just kind of want to go through it. This was the opening page. I really like decorating the opening page lately, just to kind of have like an intro. And since it was December, I did start this December 1st. And I've been really kind of focusing on trying to like build my mental library of different kinds of simple line drawings. So there's quite a few of them here because they're so much fun to do, but they also look really great in bullet journals and with fountain pens. And this was done with a fountain pen. I don't know which one. I am guessing it's Earl Grey because I do put Earl Grey, or it's J. Urban's Coco do Brazil. It is. Yep. Yes, it is, because I was really obsessed with that for a while. So I will go through this and I will just flip, and if things pop up, you'll get to see, and I'll explain kind of as I'm going what mediums I've been using. I used watercolor a lot in here with fountain pen. I use a lot of fountain pen, and yeah. So this was day one. Most of this was inked with my De Atramentis document ink, and I'm pretty sure this was sepia. And then I used watercolors, and I got this really fancy coppery watercolor too. So yeah, just a lot of Christmassy stuff. I'll go back for a second. I just love this page, trying textures. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to sniffle. I'm got a cold here. So then some of this, day two, some of this was me. I love to take poses and things from Pinterest and stylize them, and I'm really trying to like do patterns. I've been very inspired by this artist online. I forget her name. If I remember it, I'll put it in the description, but I'm forgetting her name, but she does these beautiful patterns and things. So I've been very inspired by her and just having a lot of fun. I am always inspired by Ellie versus Bear, so sometimes I will just draw cute random things. Stylized. So I did a study of a house here, and then I was like, how can I simplify it? So there's that. I loved this. So this was so much fun to do. This was in my Luminance colored pencils, and I just sat and did this while I was listening, and I can remember everything about it because I've sat and did this while I was listening to the Everflame books by Penn Cole. So it's like Spark of the Everflame and Glow of the Everflame. I haven't read the third one, but I really loved the first two. Playing with Tombows and black ink. And then this was when I started reading Phantasma, and I love that book. Up until towards the end, I kind of got ish on it, but yeah, this was just some pen and ink. And me, I just like sleep and the boys have a party. Yep. And I played 2 rounds of Tangled Blessing that day, and some more of the main characters from Phantasma. So yeah, reading Phantasma and trying to envision Blackwell. Drew the description, but I don't know how I'm actually envisioning him. So he changed, and she kind of, did she change too? Yeah. I still am trying to figure out my style, and it changes, and I don't think I'll ever like have one absolute style and be like, yes, that is my style, because I love playing and seeing how other people and like mimicking their styles. And yeah, I was super inspired by Sophie McPike. This was one of the, I think it was day 7 of the ink vent, and everybody was hating it, and I took my Hokoro dip pen and did this page, and I was super inspired by Sophie McPike. because everybody else was hating it, and she was doing this in onion skin. So I was like, I need to. And I love it. It's like sparkly ink. So now I love this ink. It is definitely not one I would want to write with. Like, the writing isn't great, but it is definitely one that I'm going to play with in my sketchbook. Some Fortune's Gold with Tombow. Some studies. I've been doing a lot of studies. So this is, I start with the yellow Tombow here in these two to get kind of the contours, and then I went through with my pen, my black De Atramentis document ink with an extra fine. It is in my TWSBI Diamond Mini. I had the black in here, and so I would take those, and I would take two markers. I would take my two Tombows and my pencil, and, or no, not even pencil, because I didn't do pencil in these. So I would take my, did I? Or yes, I did. Yes, I did. You can see the orange pencil right there. Yes. So I would take my pencil, and then I would do the Tombow, and then I would do that over it. And I think Micah, I need to remember how to sound her name, but she's here on YouTube, and she also does pen and illustrations. But she was talking about how she noticed that if she puts color down, that her pens are wider, or they can feather. They are wider. It's because you are already making the tooth, you know, the tooth of the paper is getting wet. So it's widening, and that's going to happen. But I am still okay with it because it's still fun. So a lot of figuring out. So then this one, I studied it, and then I tried to stylize it as this character. Perspective is hard. This was when I was obsessed with Asagal. And some more like redraw. And then, yeah. So then this was the study. I did a study. I have some graphite studio graphite packs. I have so many of them, of packs of references, and I did this. This was from, I think they're which one, or they're, I don't know, but I did that, and then I redrew it with color pencil and some more of the figure drawings. These are studio graphite. All of these are studio graphite, at least for now. I forgot about this one, and I really love how this came out. And I know that I did the pose, but I was studying different kind of Victorian fashion. Aha! Then I saw Wicked. And I picked out Tombows that would be inspired. And then Birmingham Pen Co. Salamander in my Pilot Metro. And Sailor Shikiori Yozakura in a Dien pen in extra fine. So I like to have these notes, and then I was realizing that I was having a hard time with hands and studying hands. And so this was, yeah, especially here. And started rereading Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire. And I've been really trying to, so one of the things I've been trying to do, and why I've been drawing so many figures, is because I really want to, illustrate. Really want to read a passage from a book and illustrate it, because it's part of, I want that in my reading journal. I want to remember my goals for reading this past year has been really to not just inhale a book, but slow down, listen to what's happening, really visualize. So that's what I've been trying to do with a lot of this. She wore black and she wore white. She was tall and willowy and couldn't have been more than 17. And then it just described her outfit. And so I drew her outfit. Some more Elphaba. I really love this Elphaba. And I think that if I draw more Elphaba in the future, I've kind of passed my Wicked obsession at the moment, my momentum. But I was really a fan of Elphaba. I think she's a cool character. And I definitely am an Elphaba. I don't fit in, and I will stand up for what I believe in, to my detriment. I love the way this one turned out. I don't know what that style is or where I came up with it, but I love that face. I would love to take this and digitize it and make it into a sticker or something, because I have to have this in my life more than just right here. And then, oh, my dog made an appearance again every time. So there is some, I was trying to do fast gestures. Brutus, please stop. And then I was doing some hatch work and practice. And I was back into, oh my gosh, I cannot think of names today. My brain is not working, but it is one, Sori Kim. Sori Kim has a class 101 class that I've taken a couple times and just studying. She's really good on perspective. So I did that, and then birds. I love these spreads. I love them so much. This was with, gosh, which one was, it's with an ink, and I think, does it have, I can't remember what ink it is. And that's really sad, but I put in ink, I think it might have been Shinkai or Sukiyo. Sukiyo, that's what it is. I put it in a fountain brush pen where it's like, I don't know if you've ever seen those pens where they have, instead of a nib, this is not it, but instead of a nib, it has a brush. And so you can put ink here, and then the brush is like one of those like watercolor brushes. So that's what I was doing here, is because she does that. She has like special ones that she uses, but I was just using that because I really wanted to try her technique with that. But it never got dry enough to be exactly the way that she does, but I loved it. And then I took that into drawing a person, and then some more studies of her style and the way that she just can do volume. It, like the way that she does volume, I can't explain it. And I picture my nephew and some more trying her style of volume, and some more birds. I am obsessed with birds. And then here's some simple, I did some just simple studies, like trying to simplify things and just building. I love to build these in my sketchbook of like just randomly scrolling Pinterest and drawing what interests me. So then I can build this like reference library that I can pull from, and like it morphs and comes into amalgamations. And then some perspective study. And this is with Queen and Castle. And I was using my Banu. And then I went and did some Ellie versus Bear doodling. Also, Ellie versus Bear, I support her Patreon. She's amazing. And this is one of her stickers. I didn't mention that earlier, but yeah. So sometimes when I am feeling really uninspired, I will go to one of my favorite artists and I will just do some studies. And so I like study their work, and then it slowly morphs into my own thing. And this is Ellie versus Bear is very inspired by Adventure Time. And I know that because she talks about it. And I love Adventure Time myself. And so a lot of this was, okay, well, and then eventually I will move on to my own thing. This color here, it's one of my favorite inks. And this I used one of my TWSBI Diamond 580s. And this is Cherry Blossom by Robert Oster. It is seriously one of my favorite inks. I ended up using I had a 4 milliliters from Van Ness, like the sample. I ended up using that in like a week and had to buy more. And then, so that is Cherry Blossom. And you can see the subtle difference. This is a little bit redder, and this is Australis Rose. And I also love this one. And I also have a bottle of this one because I used it so fast. And so now you can see where, like, I don't know if you can tell, but this is Ellie versus Bear style. And then this is my style, or like my style with everybody else's style. Some line works, or, you know, just am having fun, and lots of different colors. This is Van Diemen's Launceston Fog. It's a really pretty green. I don't remember what this color is, but yeah, that's interesting. This was Twisby, Sailor 373. Look, I even started drawing it, and lots of different, trying out my styles. Like I was going through my old Archer and Olive sketchbook and trying to get out my styles, and then some more studies. And this is Rika from Irishizuku in a Pilot Kakuno. So that's fun that I started doing that. I think I'm just having a good time. This is my sister, my brother-in-law, and my nephew. And his mom wanted a picture of them for Christmas. So this was my initial sketch of them. And then I did a watercolor painting for her. And I don't do that for people very often just because I don't want to put pressure on myself. But my brother-in-law asked and I just had to. And it turned out really cool. And I really like how they turned out here. I did take and refine them. But it was fun. It was fun to do. Especially like because I watercolored. Like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it the way I want it. And he basically gave me free reign. He just wanted a family picture. And like otherwise I got to pick. I got to pick what medium. I got to pick everything else. And then of course, you know, Doodles. Newdarlings.com. Oh, that must be the reference of these. Because there was this really, really pretty gal. And I loved her hair. I loved her hair and her glasses. Because I have a thing with glasses. And then this was... Oh, what was this? I think this was me trying to play with some different like sticker ideas. So this might become a sticker sheet someday if I take it onto the computer. But I really like it. It may not. It probably never will. But, you know, different style of my dogs. That's Moo and that's Brew. This is the one that barks all the time. When you hear him growling in my videos like he was earlier, that's him right there. He looks a lot like that. I'm pretty happy with that. And then some princesses. I'm really feeling princessy this year. If you couldn't tell from my content yet, you will continue to because I'm feeling princess and I am not burnt out of it yet. And it's already been 2 months. And this is, my mom got me ink markers from Ohuhu and I was testing them out. They do bleed, not as much as alcohol markers, but they do bleed. And but I love them. They layer so nice and yeah, they're nice to work with. Oh, this is so cute. I forgot about this. What color is that? I have no idea. That might be Blue-Eyed Mary, but I'm not sure. Some pencil. Oh yeah, this is when I used my color Eno. And more Brumu. We call them Brumu. Brutus is like almost 10 years old and Moo is our puppy. And she is going to be a year next month. But yeah, he's like this grumpy old man now where he was always this wild one. And so they're a fun duo. And then my characters from my game, my solo RPG, you'll see eventually, this is my character and her name is Elsa because she was very inspired by Elsa from Frozen, but too bad. And then this is the person she met named Pebblestone. And so I'm so excited to share that whole my solo journaling is so much fun. And I've been that's where most of my creative juices are going. A little bit of some foliage. Gosh, I don't even know what color inks these are. I know this is one of the Irishizuku. So is this. Is this Tsukio again? No, this must be Rika. I have no idea. But really trying to like work with line, especially with my pens and getting some of this like folksy depth there. And oh, thank you, Past Mandy. I need to do this more often. My Kakuno, I was using a Pilot Kakuno with Kujaku. All right. Awesome. And then one of my favorite artists is M. Stein Kellner. She wrote this book and it's called Nell and the Grundlings. It's a middle grade children's book. And then she also has a graphic novel series called The Good Witch, and I love them. And so my dog Brutus, in her style, I love her style, and I've taken some big inspiration from her because she's great. And then what is this? Raw Sienna. I did end up liking Raw Sienna with my Jinhao 10. I love how the Jinhao 10s are taking off now. I've had one since they first came out, and I'm obsessed. And now I have like 4 of them because they're such a good like throw in the bag pen. But yeah, one thing I'm learning about myself through this process, I don't love starting with a pen. I like having my shape sketches as a frame and have so much respect for artists that can use just pen lines. And I'm getting better at this because this is something that I've been working with, because that was one of my like plans and goals. But I do, like, you can see where the pen lines are, and then this one didn't have pen lines, and this angle is hard. And yeah, see, it says I need to keep pen sketching. It's a good practice, even if it's hard, and I'm getting better at it. So it's fun. I don't love it. I still will always love having a base layer down, and that's what I usually do. But yeah, playing with ink has been so much fun, and you can see that there is no pencil. So I was working really hard at doing that. And then this was Diamond Ochre. Yeah, lots, and I'm really proud of myself. I think I did realize, past Mandy realized I want to have that. And this is the Ohuhu ink marker, which is WG4. I love those ink markers. Love them. I need to use them more often. Oh yeah, Scott and I went for breakfast, and this cutie was a statue there. And this was Aji Sai, because this is in my stub nib. I can tell in my stub that he got me. And lots of little cuties. Oh, I like that. I don't know why I like that. Just that so much, but it's fun. Oh, my little skeleton guy. I draw him sometimes when I'm bored. Lots of like little, like, I can tell this was just like gesture studies to build my library of having that. It's really important to do that often. Remember my shape language. Yep. And yeah, it's fun. All right, and then I have Small Mochi and Telato. What do you call them? They're like this stuff. I have it right here. All these like stickers and washi tape and everything. And so I was like, I just love this style. So I started just drawing from them. And then drawing from them, but like putting them together with my own stuff. And my little princess, oh my gosh, I love her. I forgot about her. I also don't remember what this ink is. I think that's really going to drive me crazy. See? Like, I want to know. But, like, a lot of this is ink. A lot of this is ink. This is Kamoshika. Sailor Shikiori Kamoshika. Because it's one of my favorites from last year. And I haven't had it inked in a pen all month. And it needs to be inked. What is this one? Oh, this is the Dominant Industries, like Le Falaise d'Atrate. I am not going to even pretend that I know what it is, but this is that one. And it's got glitter. And I wanted to see if it would shade very well with this. And don't do that in your roller or in your Royal Talons. Yeah. So this is fun. Oh. What is that one? Wearing Ghouls, Nightingale and the Rose. More Cherry Blossom. So exciting. Sorry, silly. And then, yeah. Oh, no, that was Australia's Rose. See that? And then, then the last. The boys watched YouTube shorts together. Those are my sons. And so that was my last page. And I finished What Alice Forgot by Leanne Moriarty. And so a lot of this, I was just sitting and sketching while I was listening to my audiobook. Actually, a lot of this is sitting and sketching while listening to audiobooks, which is how I like to inhale books. And then, what is my reflection on this? I can't decide if I picked the right or wrong month to do this challenge. I wanted to get out of my rut and feel creative again. I spent a lot of the month trying to get better at doodling just with a pen. I really miss my sketchbooks full of doodles, so the latter portion felt so good. I miss my larger format size books, so it will be nice to get back to it. I just need to decide what my January focus will be. You know what my January focus was? survive my new long term. And so I don't have another sketchbook that I started, but this is this one. I am really, really just happy with it because it felt so nice. And like this small size feels so easy, so much easier. And okay. So I say this, I wouldn't always do this size. And I wouldn't always do a month-long challenge where I really force myself to, because like you can see, I had counted out the pages and put in tabs all through the month. So then I knew, okay, this tab's over, then I go on to the next day. And there were days where I missed. Like I will say I did not get every single day. There were a couple days where like I didn't draw on day 16, or I did draw on day 16, but there were a couple that I didn't get to because it was December, Christmas time. What was I thinking? I was thinking that I really missed this and I needed to draw. Like I was thinking for my insanity, I needed to do it. So it was a fun challenge. I'm really happy with it. It makes me happy looking back through it because it is just a random hodgepodge and I love that. I have 5 or 6, 7, 8, I don't know. I have a lot of sketchbooks that are filled because I just do this and it is such a stress relief. And I will just sit at my table, like literally right here in my spot. This is my spot. This is my art spot. So this was December of 2024. I decided that I don't want to do this every month. However, I do want to do it again. So I picked up these and I'm trying to decide for March. I'm going to do one in March. I'm not going to film it. I cannot film every single day. It is too much for me. It is too much stress. So I'll do another sketchbook tour probably in April or May, since this one was done in December and I'm finally getting to it in February. And so I am just trying to pick which color sketchbook. I have filled a rose gold sketchbook before, so it's probably not going to be that one. This felt really December-y, and what's fun is that I did one this color December of 2023, so maybe it will be my tradition to do this in December, this blue. But I'm looking at springy, and this feels almost super summery. So then I'm left with these two. I'm going to do white. Okay, so you know I'm going to do white. This is my next one. This starts in just a few days, so I will get this set up. I might film the setup. I don't know if I'm going to film the setup or not. It's just really hard. I do sometimes like to film my process, and I have quite a few process videos on here, but oftentimes it's hard as well because it's just the time that I get home and it's just for me and I want to share it. So, but I highly recommend if you're an artist, or even if you're not, if you just need some decompression, one of these is super low key. You can just put so much random stuff in it and it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, because like, what is that? Like, what is that? And I just have the most random stuff in here, and swatch page. I mean, I don't always have swatch pages, but I do like having them. And sometimes I have more. And like this is practicing perspective and studying it. And these things all help. Everything in here. This all helps just playing. And this sketchbook is probably like at least my 10th one I finished in the last like 3 years, 4 years. So don't feel like your sketchbook has to look like this, because my first sketchbook does not look like this. I just continue to do it, and I continue to take classes. I continue to do studies. I continue to do it and make it a habit. And it's something that I never want to stop making a habit, no matter what in my life. And I literally this morning pulled out watercolor, and I was like, I haven't done this in a while, and it feels so good. So that is everything for this video. I really appreciate you being here. If you stay for the whole video, leave me a book emoji and let me know what you think. Let me know, did you think I was insane for filling this in a month? Or do you think I could do it faster? I know I've seen some people who've done this in a week, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's pressure. So This was pressure, but also not as much pressure. So, all right. Well, you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.